Oh, say, can you see by the blood in the street that this place doesn't smile on you, colored child, whose blood built this land with sweat and their hands. But you'll die in this place, and your memory erased. Oh, say, does this truth hold any weight? This is not the land of the free, but the home of the slave.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. What's going on? How you doing today, Cassidra?
I am amazing. How about you? Ready for another great show? Let's pull out all the stops. This one gonna be a good one.
Yeah, facts. And shout out to Oni, the pro-black perspective in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, my brother.
Oni, what's going on?
Yeah. So yeah, you having a good day today, Cassidra?
I am absolutely. How about you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Every day is a great day.
Yep, facts. Now, yeah, Cassidra, I know today is going to be one of those interesting topics that we talk about, especially with like the identity thing.
Oh boy, yeah.
hmm Now, Cassidra, I asked you, I was to give it time for other people to come in. I was going to show you something else, or do you want to just go straight into it?
Oh yeah, we can talk. Oh, talk about other things until people get here. Cause yeah, whatever. Yeah, do it the way you
Okay.
want. It's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show you just a couple things to see what you think about it. I ain't look super deep into it, but I just found it interesting. Now, look, in New York, right? They was like, this European dude, he has a plot to start putting poison in candy and give it to like children. Now, we only care about black children, but
36 this morning, an alarming terror plot revealed by federal prosecutors right here in New York. The leader of a violent neo-Nazi extremist group based in Eastern Europe charged with plotting to poison Jewish children in New York City using tainted candy. The suspect allegedly planned to have an associate dress up as Santa Claus and hand out the deadly treats. The plan also including distributing the candy to, quote, racial minorities and traitors. Prosecutors say the suspect from the Republic of Georgia was planning to execute the plot on December 31st. The 21-year-old was indicted on charges including soliciting hate crimes and acts of mass violence.
so you hear that, Cassidra?
Planning to execute.
I feel absolutely nothing. My thing is, we have to start teaching. Okay, forecast. This is the deal with these. Okay, we are not really understanding how dangerous, how mentally ill these people are. They're disgustingly nasty, and they have mental illness, period. And we don't understand whose children they are. When we understand that these are certain children, Satan's seed, who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and they've shown us this every day, all day, for since I've been born, right? And since my ancestors were here. But we still keep thinking and getting surprised when we hear stuff like that. I'm not surprised. We expect that and more. So this is what we have to start teaching our children. Don't eat behind them. I don't care if they bringing stuff to work. Don't eat behind. Why you eat behind them folk? You know they nasty. You understand what I'm saying? We still don't know who our enemies are, and I don't understand why. What is going on for us not to understand who our enemies are? What is it going to take? You know what? I was looking at Kamala Harris, and I've been going over the immigrants who have gotten into the country, right? We're talking about millions. From the last number, somebody said like 51 million. I don't know if it's that big, but I've been doing research. And 100 million, well, 7.2 million have come across the border as far as Texas. You know what I'm saying? Each state has different numbers, right? Broken down. 19,000, 40, it's like what? 20,000 in Chicago. These are some high numbers, but nobody's talking about this. The news is not even talking about this. So why are we not understanding, and why are we forgetting? We act like we forget. We act like we don't know. But we have to understand we can't forget, because they're showing you. And I keep bringing up the immigrants because this is important. People are still trying to vote for Kamala Harris. What is going on, people? You know what I'm saying? So we are all over the place. We have to get to the point where we're going to stick together. When are we going to do that? When are we going to vote for our freedom? When are we going to go after our freedom? When are we going to try to separate, get us some land and get away from these people? It's all connected.
Facts. Go ahead. No, facts. And only said he was so mad one time. He was in the playground. He looked away and some woman gave his child a cookie. He told him to throw it away and left the playground.
That's right. You don't get, I would have took that cookie and I said, no, ma'am. You asked me before you give my child something. Seriously, I would have took it and throw it away in front of her, because I want her to understand, you don't give my child nothing. Did you ask me? And I would have threw it away in front of her. So she would have thought twice about giving my child something again. I would have took it and turned my back. I'd have threw it away in front of her, and I'd have said, I'd appreciate the next time you ask me before you give my child anything, because I don't let him eat cookies. I don't give him junk or whatever. But I would have disrespected her the same way she disrespected you, because she don't know if you was one of them parents that don't give your children sweets. Some people don't give their children sweets. You're supposed to ask the parent first. You don't just take it upon yourself because you give you feed your children anything that you're gonna feed mine anything, and definitely not from them. I'm just saying, I would have threw it away right in front of her face. One of my daughter's friends, right? You know, I don't do her Harry Potter, right? So she gives my daughter a Harry Potter book. They know how I feel, right? This was when she was, a little in elementary, right? So I took the book and threw it away. This is what I told the lady. I said, either you're gonna take this book back home or it's going in trash. So I'm gonna give you a choice, because her and I were friends. But you knew how I was. Even though I knew her, I was still gonna throw that book away. Take it home or it's going in trash. I don't want you to waste your money, because I want you to be able to get some money back. But no, you ain't giving that to my child. No, they weren't allowed to read C.S. Lewis and Harry Potter. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to stand as parents. We have to stand no matter what. Because if they step out of line, you have a right to put them back in their places. Okay? I'll rest my mic.
Yep, facts. And speaking of that, look, these black parents is suing. I don't know which one it was suing the school for.
A civil rights lawsuit has been filed against Brookline Schools, claiming the district didn't do enough to protect a black student who was racially bullied. As WBZ's Louisa Moeller explains, lawyers for the student say the issues go beyond Brookline.
All we wanted to do was to give our son an opportunities that we didn't have. Right?
A father talking about what could have been for his son. Instead, parents Ricardo and Weddy say their child is dealing with lasting trauma.
He hasn't been sleeping that much. And like we said, he's been reading all these negative comments.
The The couple filed a civil rights complaint alleging that their 8th grader was the subject of vicious racial bullying at the Amos A. Lawrence Middle School in Brookline. The complaint states that another student called their child a cotton picker last December.
What I was more surprised about is the fact that they were very, very nonchalant about the whole thing.
Then, in April, the couple says their 14-year-old tripped and fell to the ground, and another student placed his knee on their neck and called their child George Floyd.
By not checking in with him, you are saying a lot.
The complaint focuses not only on the incidents, but the alleged lack of response from the school and the district.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing. Let me tell you something. If my son had done something even remotely close to what had happened, he would have been expelled.
Attorney Marian Albert, who represents the family, says racial bullying goes beyond Brookline. Her group, Lawyers for Civil Rights, has filed lawsuits against Southwick, where school officials said students held an online slave auction where white students could bid on their black classmates. And Melrose, where an 11-year-old girl says a classmate cut one of her braids in a racially motivated incident.
And I think it just really demonstrates no city or school district is immune to these types of issues.
The couple says they reached out to the school to facilitate meetings with the parents of the other students involved, which never materialized. Now they want justice, but justice that's great
for other kids who are in this or who might be about to experience this.
Brookline Superintendent.
I don't know, my computer messing up, but yeah, consider what you think about that one.
You know what? Here we go again, right? Did you hear what the father said? I thought my son was going to get a better education. And then what he just said when he first started talking, right? Why would you think that? Because they're in a white school? Or they're going to get some education, but it ain't going to be what you think. They're going to get educated on how them crackers really feel about it. They're going to get educated how they will help a perpetual hatred for us. He's going to get educated to understand that they never liked you. And that's how they raise their children. Yes, they can go to our schools, Jeffrey Dahmer, or live in our neighborhood, Jeffrey Dahmer, and nothing happens, right? But let us move in their neighborhood, let our children go to their schools, and they get traumatized. That's what he got. He got educated on being traumatized. And the dad is shocking because he said, oh, I'm shocked. Why are you still shocked?
It's 2024.
In 2024, they've never showed you that they care. They've never showed you that they accepted you, but you saying you shocked. Well, I'm shocked that you shocked. You know what I'm saying? I'm shocked that you shocked. They ain't gonna get no justice in that system. Prime example, the little boy, the senior, his hair. Remember, they was having a problem with his hair because he had locks, and they wanted to cut his locks, or they didn't want him to wear his hair down or whatever. So they was in a lawsuit. Did you see where the judge just dismissed that case? I'm gonna send it to you. Did you see where the judge? How you gonna get justice in a system? Take him. You let your son get traumatized for a whole year trying to get justice in their system. Hell to the no. I'm gonna educate my son. I'm gonna have him homeschool. I'm gonna send him somewhere else. I'm not gonna sit there and they wouldn't even let him go to class. They had the boy sitting on the stool for 8 hours. They did all kind of stuff to this boy. No, you think I'm gonna try to get out of here? I'm not gonna leave my child in the school for a whole year just to prove nothing. That boy went through hell for a whole year, and the judge dismissed it. But this is what these judges do. They're never going to get. We will never get justice in their system. Never. Never. I'll press my mic.
Yeah, facts. All right, I'll do one more, and then we're gonna get into it. Because speaking of like having your candy bars strapped up, I want you to see this one.
At a black woman. Here it is.
Me, you ugly you're a ugly
Yeah, this one's going to be a doozy. Let me give you the backstory. A young woman the other day, a young black woman, is in Tampa, Florida, driving into Brandon, Florida. She's dropping her young daughter off at daycare. She said she saw a truck behind her at one point, like a few cars back, swerving and honking. She thought something was going on, had nothing to do with her. She pulls into a right-hand lane to make a right-hand turn, but the sign says, no turn on red. So she's waiting for the light. She's turned, kind of talking to her daughter while she's waiting. And then she hears a bang on her door. She turns around and there's someone standing there. She said her first impression was that it was a police officer because of the gun. She said this woman was at her door with a firearm and a holster on her side, her shirt tucked in between her body and the gun. She could see it clearly. And then she kind of realizes what the woman's saying. She's yelling, "You stupid N-word, you and your monkey baby, you're going to make me late," and making threats. Then she walks away, gets in her truck, and drives around and like blocks her in. They actually miss the light. The light turns green. This woman who's running late makes them miss the light and is still screaming. At that point, so when she pulls out her phone and starts recording, let me quickly say this video is going to like freeze up at a moment. There's something like corrupt in the file when she tries to send it, but the audio is still playing. It's not you, it's the video. But just watch what happens.
Yeah. Bother me, you ugly. You're a ugly like your baby. You learn how to drive before you kill her. Yeah. What's that gonna do you? Yeah.
She said once she saw the phone, she took off. So she kept recording, hoping to get a clear shot of her plate. And this is where she was going.
I'll stop it right there, though, consider. So you see the white girl and hopped out on the sister with the.
Something. See what I'm saying? The woman minding her business. She minding her business. But they keep showing us this. They keep showing us this. They keep showing us this. Every day is something, right? Every day is several somethings. This is just something we know. And we still are shocked when they act a fool. You expect them demons to act a fool. We don't expect it. I look for them to act a fool. But we still don't get it. We still don't understand it's time to separate from them, do we? You know, I was hearing about the other day, I heard how they have separated, Black folk. They took it out of our neighborhoods, and this is how they do. They separate you in prison. They separate you in school. They separate us in where we live so that we can't come together and protect each other, right? This is on purpose. And we don't even try to come back to build our own. We don't even come back to buy land together. We don't even come back to build our own schools. We don't even come back to build our own shopping centers. We never come back. Some man said something about the Chinese in our neighborhood, how he was afraid to be in our neighborhood and all this stuff. And, and I'm like, well, hold on. If Chinese are so afraid to be in our neighborhood, why are they in our neighborhoods? They like that money, that black dollar. So why are we supporting them? Why don't we come together and do for self? And we don't have to worry about all of this stuff. This is so wide, you guys. All we have to do is bring it in, purchase some land, build your schools. You can do online first, okay? But just be bothered with us. Let us heal first. Let us do what we need to do. Just have one community just to see. And of course, we're going to be armed in our community. Everybody going to be armed. Every man is going to take every couple men going to take a night. It's going to be 2 of y'all out there, maybe 3. But I'm just saying, we have to start doing something. We have to start changing our scenarios, changing our lifestyles, changing our thinking. And we won't have to be bothered with this every time. We'd rather put up with this, Becky, Karen, whatever, instead of us pulling our monies together and building. We could have did that with the money that you gave Kamala Harris. You gave her millions. Black folk gave her millions of dollars. This woman don't even claim to be black. She just started this year in this election talking about she was black. 2 years ago, she was Indian. Which is it? Black or Indian? Which one are you? Just like Trump said, oh, she's black this year. Didn't even know she was black until this year. And then what Trump said. You know what I'm saying? So when are we going to get it together? To get our mindset straight. Because I'm tired of looking at Karen's videos. I'm tired. And this dude has a lot redacted. Ain't that his name? No, that's not redacted. Who is that? He has videos. He has his show has I think it is something like that. But his show, he shows all of these white folk how they be clowning. It's always some racial stuff on his show. Always. So when are we gonna get tired? When is enough gonna be enough? I rest.
No, facts. All right. So get into the topic that we was talking about. Now I know I forgot to pull up that picture you sent me on Instagram about that book.
About the book?
It was a book that you sent me or something that they had in the school. But
oh, I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, I will start with this one. I'm now consider, or do you want to say why you want to talk about it, or just want to go right in?
Well, let's talk about why we want to talk about it, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now with our babies. I swear it is. And I think I'm gonna send it to you. I have it here. I'm gonna send it to you again. And even if I can, maybe I'll show it here. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know how. I just sent it to you. I don't know how to put it online. Do you? I don't know how
hold
to.
on.
You know how to put it online. But anyway, the reason I really think this conversation is really something that we as Black folk need to talk about it, because what they're doing with our children, they are really trying to feminize our boys. And I remember a while back, I was hearing Stephen Darby. I don't know if anybody know him. I was listening to him one day, and he said, and he had a whole sermon about how they were after our men, straight men. We're talking about straight men, and we're talking about little boys. Okay, they're trying to feminize our babies, right? But my thing is, when are we going to parent and parent? When we see irrational, dysfunctional behavior from our children, we're supposed to check that behavior. I don't believe that we're supposed to go along with it. How can a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old tell you, oh, I'm a girl? What the hell are you talking about? No, let me tell you something. This is what you are, and this is what makes you that. You're supposed to chastise. You don't sit up there and agree with a 4-year-old, 3-year-old that's telling you he's a girl, because he might have saw his sister get more attention. And okay, if I'm a girl, then I'll get as much attention as my sister Sarah. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to check those behaviors. But you got a lot of ignorant parents is going for this dysfunctional and stuff like this gay ABCs. Why would I want to why? Being a parent that I am, why would I want to introduce my babies to this garbage? That's dysfunctional. And you know what? These white folk been like this for a long time. And now they're trying to bring us in. And you know what? We're not fighting it. We're going right along with it. Not understanding this is dysfunctional behavior that they've been doing since forever. It's okay for them, but this is not who we are. We don't agree with dysfunctional behavior. We don't agree with if my child was in kindergarten and I saw that teacher pulling that stuff out, you're not teaching my child that. I'm going to have something to say. But we don't do that. We want to fit in. I'm not trying to fit in with nobody. It's 10% that refuses to fit in, and the 90% they're gonna die. I'm telling you, so many people are getting ready to get had. A lot of our men, right, and our little boys, we have to watch what they teaching them in school, because these gay men, trans men, I don't even know what the difference is right now. There's so many of them. They got so many names for this dysfunction, and they said we're going after straight men. And we're going after your little boys. That's what they're saying. So this whole system is set up for them to come after our boys. So we have to put some attention on stuff like this. And this is what your churches are supposed to do. And they're not doing it. This is what Black folks supposed to be talking about. And we're not doing it. They think this conversation is dysfunctional. They think, oh, you I don't care what you call me, xenophobic, whatever. It doesn't matter. I am bringing attention to the Black community. We need to keep our children. We need to start teaching our own children. We need to pull them out of their schools. I'm serious. As of August, your children should not be going to a public school. And I rest my mic.
Facts. You know,
this is crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna play.
Make a video to thank my daddy for letting me be who I wanted to be.
Are you ready for long hair?
Yes.
Get back homeward. Once there was a
What the hell?
Get back home. See, pretty darling, do not cry. And I will sing aloud.
All right, this song, because
Functional.
how do you? Yeah, it's like it's grooming this or little boy or whatever it is. You know,
it is. It's grooming. It's not just grooming. You're allowing your child to tell you, why is it that he has those feelings? What's going on with him? Where did it come from? We got to really get down deep with this. Did somebody do something to him? One, was it something going on as far as rejection in the womb? You have to understand this is a spiritual matter. This stuff is so deep, and we have to understand where does this stuff come from. What actress is that? Charlize, that has 2 Black children that she adopted, and both of them she put it in dresses. And she said the boy was 2 years old, and she said he told her that she was a girl. What the hell? Don't no 2-year-old know about no boy or girl unless you calling him a girl. You calling him a girl, then yes, he gonna pick that up. But if you're having a normal conversation, a normal childhood, you're not thinking about stuff like this. This is dysfunctional. I don't care what nobody say. This is not natural. We have normal children, okay? When they put this stuff into them, when they go to school, and they're really egging them on with this, you don't have a sex or whatever. God said we did. God said if you have a penis, that means you're a boy. And if you have a slit, that means you're a girl. Let's just be honest. We grown folk on here. You're not gonna sit up and tell me we got two different sexes, but we can't say what we are. What are we doing? Confusing your children. Get them out of these schools, you guys, because they are doing this on purpose. They are indoctrinating your children, trying to confuse the hell out of these babies. I mean, so I swear, my granddaughter was talking to me about what was going on. She's 15, right, in high schools. It's some crazy stuff up in there. It shouldn't be one boy wearing a dress in the school, but they're encouraging this. You got boys filling on boys. What the hell? What is going on? These schools are dysfunctional on purpose. This is what they're teaching our children. Some of y'all parents need to get off early and walk up in them schools sometimes. Sometimes y'all don't even know what's going on in them schools because y'all drop them off, don't never go in the building to look to see what's going on in kindergarten. They could have your little boy in the dress. You wouldn't even know because you're not there. You never go. You never sneak in there. Never get a peek as far as what's going on in them classrooms, especially when your kids are babies. I would never. I always was at the school. My daughter's in kindergarten, first grade, second grade. You never knew when I was coming in that school because I'm looking. Because I'm looking, I'm searching for whatever. But we have to stop. This is crazy. I rest my mic.
Only said his son never been to public school in America.
Well, thank God. Don't ever let him. Thank God for that. That's crazy. There's no way.
And yeah, I don't know, like how you even know you gay at 7 years old if that's what you wouldn't even know.
Had a boy. You don't even have a boyfriend. So what do you mean gay? Some kids, most normal kids don't even know what that word means unless they have parents that are talking about that stuff around them or in school. Okay, now you got them reading them same-sex books. My child wouldn't be up in that class. I guarantee you. You got more gay men teachers now in these public schools. There's this one school in Chicago, a girlfriend of mine was talking, and I wanted to, trying to get my foundation up in that area also, right? And she was talking about, she said, Cassie, it's one school in Chicago, it's all a black school. You got a lot of foreigners in those schools, Indian men, and they're gay, and they're teaching them children. And you know what they're teaching them. It's sad. I keep telling us we don't care about our children. I swear we don't. We are doing too much to show our children that we don't care. We're not protecting our children. We're not protecting their virginity. We're not protecting anything about our children. That's crazy. Why? Why are we knowing this is being done and not doing anything, not saying nothing? Because we don't want to disturb white folk. I don't care. I want to disturb them. I want them to know that you're sick and you're not putting that sick stuff on my child. So that's why I'm moving my child away from you. Because I don't want them contaminated. Ain't that what Biden say? He said, I want my son with you. You're right. Thank you. Thank God that you took your crackhead son away from my children. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you. So now take your gay and lesbian children, your transgender children, because that's what the Democrats stand for. And a lot of church folks back in Democrats, and I don't understand it because that's not what church is supposed to be standing for. But you'll let these people come up in your pulpit? That's not, something's wrong there. Something's wrong. We know what Democrats stand for. You got a lot of black folk, a lot of black churches. They go visit black churches all the time, don't they? With that LGBT agenda. But I rest my mic.
And so these are countries with the most. We can guess which one's countries.
The most LGBT.
I know. This is crazy. Go ahead. I was like, what?
People, and this is according to a survey conducted by Ipsos in 2021. So let's see for countries on here: Sweden, Belgium, Netherlands, United Kingdom, Canada, United States, Chile, Mexico, Germany, Australia, Spain, Brazil, and in first place with nearly 1 in 5 people is India. Are you on here?
Wow.
These countries
Yeah, he's Indian.
Isn't it crazy? What in the world is going on? I ain't seen no black countries on there, did you? I'm like, look at all of this. These white, they nasty. They've been nasty for a long time. And now they looking like and said, hey, let's get them black folk up in here. Come on, we can't be the only nasties. We gotta spread the love. No, you keep that with you. You keep that over there. Just like Kamala Harris went and tried to do a whole African tour, trying to encourage them to pass laws for LGBT. Get the hell out of here. They're trying to genocide Africa because they know Africa is the youngest continent, and they got the youngest population. So they're looking like, hey, we don't slow them down, they're gonna overrun us, which is true. Because it's more in Africa. What? How many? What is it? Oni? It's a lot of them in Africa. What is? I don't know. It's so many tribes in Africa though. But it's like what? 10? I want to say billion, but I'm not sure. Maybe I could be wrong. But still, it's a lot of folk in Africa, right? And you already know what they think. We got to slow that down because they're already not populating. You know what I'm saying? And they know Africa is like crazy. So they're thinking like, well, we got to slow them down. We can't let them outpopulate us. But they ain't got no choice because they're under cursing anyway. So they're not reproducing at all. And we understand why. But go ahead, arrest me.
What's going on, Raw? Shouts out to Raw in the building. And I just thought about it, Cassidra, what we could have talked about too is this whole thing about they're trying to make masculine black men wear dresses, and how they could try to make dudes who ain't gay but put them in gay situations in order to do whatever.
And don't say nothing. Come on, you guys, come on. That's their stuff. But this is what happens when you making the money, and this is the Hollywood stuff. You'd be surprised what they doing, honey. You'd be surprised what I'm telling you, them NBA players and the NBA basketball players, right? You'd be surprised what they doing with each other. You'd be surprised. I ain't gonna say no more, but you'd be surprised. They ain't as macho as you think. Some of them prefer each other. Okay. And the ones you wouldn't think. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it right there.
I guess some brothers would do anything to get them a white girl too.
Exactly. Well, they doing anything, and I would, and yeah, I'm just saying, you got a whole lot of stuff going on up in them NBA players, having a good old time. Now this is right here just shocked me right here.
No es un delito. Es una condición humana.
Can they read it?
Somos todos hijos de Dios.
Dios
nos quiere como estamos y con la fuerza que luchamos cada uno por nuestra
dignidad. It said being gay must be made legal worldwide.
Wow.
I can't read what he's saying.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna read it too as he's saying to you guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. When I saw this, I was like, what in the world is going on? This really blew my mind here. Because this is the Pope, right? This is the Pope. This is the Pope telling you this. That it's okay, that we need to legalize this. Okay, he's saying, hold on, I'm going to try to say it. He said, the Pope said being gay must be made legal worldwide.
Es una condición humana. Somos todos hijos de Dios.
I can't even read it. Just the numbers is up. Just the...
Yeah, that number in a way.
I know. I can't read it.
Somos todos hijos de Dios.
Well, we do know he's saying that this God's law. Love is not. Women love us as we are. And he's saying that it's okay. That's what he's saying, that it's okay. God's, telling us that we should love everybody and that God is about love. So, of course, it's not wrong to be gay. This is your Pope saying this, okay? So you ought to know what they believe in. This is crazy. It's not a crime. He said it's not a crime to be gay. Being homosexual is a human condition. And then he said, we are all God's children. And God loves us And for the straight, oh Lord, I can't even read half of this stuff. I can't see the words. He said, and for the strength, that each, I can't even read it. I'm sorry, you guys. Each one of us has to fight for our dignity. Being homosexual is not a crime. It's not a crime. He said it again. Let's make the distinction first between sin and crime. What in the world is this man? Oh my God, this is crazy. But it's also a sin to lack charity with one another. And so what about that? This is what he's saying. Okay. This is why we don't do religion. Oh, I hear you, Oni. I'm telling you, this is why we don't do religion. This is the same man that told you it was okay for slavery, right? This is the same church that put their hand behind slavery and said, yes, it's okay to enslave black folk. This is the same man. Okay. So we have to understand where this is all going. I hope this is exposing him to you guys, right? Let's see what else he was saying. But it's also sin to lack charity. This man is crazy. He's trying to tell you it's okay now to be homosexual, that it's not a sin. Really? Okay. But the God that the Bible that we read said it is, right? Told you it's an abomination. So who you gonna believe? I'm not believing him. A man that's messing with little boys. Because all of his little flunkies have been, doing this pedophilia stuff. And that's what Catholic Church. Has anybody done research on the Catholic Church and the religion with the Jesuits? What are the Jesuits? Who are the Jesuits? Isn't that like a satanic group or something? Nobody has done any research on the Catholic Church. We need to do some research on the Catholic Church. That'll tell you a whole lot about the Catholic Church. That pedophilia, that's part of their religion. Because they think the younger you get them, that you could take some of their purity. These people are disgusting. And now you have the Pope who's trying to tell you it's okay. Homosexuality is okay. It's not a sin. So he's talking totally against what the Bible says, right? So who you going to believe? I'm not believing him. Who we already know what they do to little boys. So yes, he's going to make an excuse of it now. Yeah, but you go ahead. I rest my mic.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Check this one out. Consider let's see.
So I'm going to share the clip right here, and I will be right back.
To all the Black African American women, listen at me and listen at me clearly. If you don't want me coming for you, I don't like black women, but that's what you're trying to be. No, it's not. I ain't trying to be no black woman, because I can say some of the baddest things about some black women that I know. So no, I ain't trying to be no black woman. If that's the case,
by the way, I want y'all to notice every time they be like the it's always the people that they know, usually in their family. And that's where a lot of that trauma and stuff comes from. Like that whole anti-black, like same way with the anti-black male thing, Well, I could say a lot of things about black men I know, or a lot of things about black women I know, because it's coming from their own damn trauma, probably something that happened within your family or your childhood growing up, that people don't even deal with the trauma that they're dealing with, and then they just express themselves in crazy ways like this.
And we can always see when it's trauma. We can always see, because they'll get on here doing just what he's doing now. He's been hurt, probably by his mama. Okay, probably mama, rejected him. He had to live with grandma and the uncles or granddaddy. Somebody was abusing him. You know what I'm saying? So he's very angry. Okay, at the black woman, which is his mother. But yeah, so go ahead. This is crazy.
Shouts out to Bakari in the building. Only said he can't look, he just listening. I understand, my brother.
I want to be a white woman, because they more smarter, because y'all act so
that's all
black woman. If that's the case, I want to be a white woman, because they more smarter, because y'all act so ignorant and act like y'all don't know how to get. And then you want to sell the more given to you all the time, but nobody want all that. Nobody want that no damn more. They want somebody. The men out here these days.
Okay, as you can see, She had a message for Black women.
He had a message.
Who is she? I didn't see a she. Did you see a she? I didn't. And see, this is what the nonsense of this whole crap is. We as Black women need to call it out. I would never call that thing a she. That's not a she. Okay, that's a him. He got a thing. That's a him. Okay, I don't call things. Men would think things who dress up like a woman. You put on lipstick, you still a man because you still got a penis. Okay. My thing is, we have to stop agreeing with this nonsense. When we see Black men acting like that, call it out. Stop talking about she. She what? I didn't see a she. Did you? I seen the whole man that had some issues with Black women. But go ahead. This is nonsense.
Right.
And this is why they be acting up, because they want us to accept that dysfunction. I'm not accepting it. I'm never going to accept that. If you sitting up here looking and acting like that, then I'm gonna call you what it is. And you may not like it. I don't care. Because somebody need to be straight up with these people. You acting like them. Go on there, go over there. Because we don't do that over here. It's time for Black folk to straighten up and move this stuff out the way. We're not accepting it. We're gonna never accept that. If that's what you want to do, then you need to go over there with them and live over there with them, because we're not accepting that up in here. And you're not doing that with my son or my daughter. We're not changing roles. We have to start speaking up. We're not speaking up enough. And then when we do, we talk about she. What the hell you talking about? Ain't no she. I didn't see a she. But go ahead.
Because not all Black women will go for this. And I would like to say that the sisterhood created this. And I remember many decades ago, there was, I don't remember what website I was on. One still exists. I don't want to call it out. And then the other one was Topics, T as in Tom, OPIX. They're not around anymore. And someone had made the comment that trans women are going to eventually take Black women's place. And I remember the comments directed back at her like, oh, please, that ain't going to never happen, this, that, and the other. Well, if we're not there yet, it's coming, because we live in a society where they're trying to blur gender roles, what's a man, what's a woman, and a lot of times it's going to affect our community even more. You're going to eventually have men who identify as straight who are going to be drawn to trans women, because a lot of trans women they can pass for a biological born woman.
How? Hold on, Forecast. How can a man with a dingling that did whatever he did to it pass for a woman? He will never pass for a real woman. I don't care how you dress up a pig. A pig is still a pig. Even if I put a dress on that pig and I put lipstick on that pig, that's still a pig, right? So you cannot sit up here and talk about trans women. I don't believe in trans women. I believe it's either male or female. There is no, well, I have a penis, but I'm gonna dress up like a woman, so I'm a trans woman. No, you still a dude. You say you still have a whole penis. Did you get it cut off? Even if you got it cut off, you still have the male insides. So that still makes you a male. Even if you get it cut off, you had a male inside, you still have a chromosome XY, right? XY chromosome means that you're a man. I don't care how you dress it up. You're still a man, period. Okay. I'll rest my mic for a minute.
Yeah, because I want to bring up something else that you sent me, Cassidra. Let's see if it worked. Okay, because you said that this. All right, let me share the screen again. You sent me this one. Now it was like, these are both men. Good luck, guys, at picking nowadays. These are two dudes.
So does that make men gay? If they're picking men that dress like women, that still have a penis, or if you've cut it off, you still a man because your insides are still men. Even if you go on titties, you still are a man. Okay, you just have altered your body, so you're still a man. These are still men. I don't look at them as women. They still have a dingling, okay? Now they growing breasts. You're still a man. You still have XY chromosome. That still makes you a man. You can't cut that off. You can't take out the X or the Y. You still are a man. Even if you look like this, these are still men. Now, if you're a man that's attracted to this, that means you're gay. Period. Because these women, these men things, they have penises. Even if they tuck them, they still have a penis. And they still have insides that are men insides. They still have a strength of a man because make them things mad. The man part of them is coming out, right? So they have X chromosomes. That's confusion. You're gay if you rather have one of these men that has dressed up like a woman with a pole penis. That means you're gay. So you can talk. I remember you worked in the jail, right? And you'd have guys that would say that if they were the one that was giving it, okay, that means you weren't gay. I'm looking at him like, and we and one inmate had a whole argument about this. You're still gay. I don't give a dang on who. You're gay. Period. If that's a whole man that you giving sex to with a penis, you're gay. Period. So we have to start checking this behavior. I don't care who don't like what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Truth is truth, and I'm going to stick to it. You're not going to convince me. They can never take a woman's place. If that can take my place, then you're gay. I don't want you anyway. I don't sleep with gay men because that's what you are. If you would rather have one of them than a real woman, that's your stuff. That's your problem because you're gay. Nasty is nasty. That's two men with dinglings sleeping together. So if you rather have a man with a dingling than a woman with a vagina, you're gay. Because where you putting that? Where you putting it? You ain't putting it in no vagina. Let's just call it out. We all grown on here. You sticking somebody in the dookie hole and you sitting up there talking about that's a woman. How's it the whole woman? That's not a woman. They will never be able to take a woman's place, not with a real man. Now, if you got some of these men out here that like this stuff, okay, they're attracted to other men. That means you're gay. You just want a woman to put on a wig. That means you're gay. You just trying to hide your gayness. That's what it is. And you say, oh, I got a woman. That's not a woman, honey. You're gay. Just say it. I'm gay. Stop faking and shaking. These things here got dinglings. You can't be no woman with a dingling. Okay, I'm gonna rest my mic for a minute. Don't play games. Let's call it what it is.
Okay, go to the next one. Say this one says how she tricks straight dudes into having sex with him.
I've known it. Let me tell you something. I had a woman, it was a church woman, right? Maybe about a few years ago. Her son was in another state and he was found in a hotel murdered, right? And I asked her, I said, well, what happened? And she said he was trying to be a woman and he probably tricked somebody in thinking he was a woman. And you know, in these days, they will take a real man, a whole man, and take them to a hotel, right? And try to trick them. They don't tell them. These men are dying and they're trying to tell you that it's an epidemic. No, it's an epidemic when you're a whole real man trying to look like a woman who is fooling these real men that don't do gayness, right? And you taking them to a whole hotel and then you trying to pass? That real man ain't gonna tolerate that. You're gonna get hurt. They hurting these men that's trying to pass for women. They are hurting them. They're killing these things. These whole men with dinglings trying to dress up like a woman and then calling themselves a trans. That's not trans. That's a man, a whole man. You just made up a word. There's no such thing as a trans anything. If you got a wig on, you got lipstick on, you got makeup on, you got a dress, but you have a penis. You just look like a whole confusion, a whole dysfunctional, confused mess. That's what it is. That's trying to change what? You still a whole man. You have that X. As long as you have the X chromosome, you will never be a woman. A woman with size 9 feet and 10 hands and a thing in your throat and a penis. You'll never be a woman. You can never be as soft as me. I'll rest my case. Go ahead.
Okay.
Deceive. That's yeah.
When they found out, or did they ever find out?
Um,
How would you hide that? Like, if you fucking with a nigga, you don't want a nigga to know. You just suck his dick all the time and tell him I'm on my period
I'm on my period. Yeah. Tell him I'm on my period. I've actually trick fucked a nigga too before. Did you hear what she said? She tricked him.
Wait.
Tricked him. She tricked him. Who does that? Real men, they will hurt you doing this. They don't want to be tricked. Let them choose. If that's something they're going to choose, let them choose that. But you don't trick them. And one of them was talking about that's all she sleep with is straight men. Those are not straight men. If that's all you sleeping with, that means they're gay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would stop this one right here. I don't even want to. But no, all I say is if they like, you should be charged if you do that. Like you lying to somebody, you should be definitely charged.
Yes, especially if you kill somebody for doing that. And some of these men are dying, they call it a hate crime. No, it's a hate crime when you trick a man, a real man, a man that don't even know that you're gay, because you can't tell until you get him in the dark, who ain't had the surgery, and then they think that stuff is cute. That's not cute. Real men gonna go off and they gonna lose their mind. And that's how they ended up dead. So nobody should be charged anything. I don't think you should be charged if that's what you're doing. That's not right. That's not right. So no, they shouldn't be going to jail, especially if you tricked them into doing that. Because they not telling them.
I mean the one that's doing the tricking should be charged and go to jail. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get, dealt with.
Yes, absolutely. If they don't die first.
Let me see. I guess let me see. I don't know what this one is.
This is Go ahead. This one is about. Go ahead. You'll see it in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay.
Williams only have memories to hold on to. On November 29th, Minneapolis police responded to an early morning shots fired call near 4th Avenue South and Lake Street. Court documents say 25-year-old Demarion Kalon Bible admitted to shooting Williams in the head. Investigators say he told police she approached him for a sexual encounter and he began to feel, quote, suspicious. Then, after the act, he shot and killed her.
Regardless of what we do to support ourselves in this world that is actively not built for us, that doesn't mean that we should get murdered for it.
Lawmakers, allies in the LGBTQ plus community are calling the shooting a hate crime. Based on
How is it a hate crime when he didn't tell? He didn't tell. He didn't know. He didn't know that this was a man. So why are you, just like the man just said, we get paid to do this. No, you don't get paid unless the person know that that's what you are. It should be illegal for you to be tricking people. This will save a lot of their lives because they're not telling. So they're not talking about that part. So a lot of these things is getting murdered because they're not telling, because they are doing what they do and not saying nothing. You can't do. Now that should be illegal. So why should we cover you when you're sitting up there trying to trick a person into having a real man into having sex with you? Why should we be prosecuting him? We should be prosecuting them if they live. Seriously. But go ahead. I'm going to try to be quiet this time.
No, you all right, go ahead.
Is on the rise across Minnesota and the country.
We will never stop fighting. Every single one of our siblings is loved by the people you see up here. Savannah is a beloved member of our community, and she should still be alive.
Family members are hoping Williams' death brings attention to an ongoing threat plaguing the trans community.
Got pretty eyes on him.
You hear what? Okay,
I am cut these fools out. So apparently,
he killed her. He killed her because he found out that she was a man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hide a whole penis. I'm just saying. You can't hide that. So why are you trying to? This is crazy. And they doing it on purpose. So where's the hate crime for them that's performing, that's not telling people? You can't do that. You have to be honest enough and let them choose if that's what they want to do. You can't just get somebody, and that's not gonna work. You're gonna die every time. When you got a real man that's not into that, they're gonna hurt you. So go ahead. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Let me see. This was another one, I think.
Police seek leads in trans woman's murder in Orlando. Police in Florida are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the shooter who killed Monique Brooks, a 49-year-old Black transgender woman. Brooks was found with gunshot wounds outside a Burlington coat factory in Orlando around 3:50 a.m. on July 19th. Despite being rushed to a local hospital, she was pronounced dead upon arrival. Brooks' murder marks the 22nd violent death of a transgender individual in the U.S. this year. We are on record pace of violence against the trans community in 2024. The Orange County Sheriff's Office has few leads and is asking for any information from the public. Her sister, Leisha Paul, urged anyone with knowledge to contact law enforcement.
If anybody, anywhere, hears anything, sees anything, even just an inkling of anything, please reach out to law enforcement, please. Please, this didn't have to happen.
It's really hard. He was the youngest of the family, and we all loved him.
He was a fun, go love it. He was a brilliant person. He was smart. He lived his life out loud, and he wasn't afraid. He loved us to the end until he took his last breath, and we.
That's funny. Even their family still calling him a he, though. I know.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that's what he was. He'll never be a she. You could dress her up. You could put a wig on him. He still got a penis. He still got that extra chromosome. Okay, how you dress it up? So when somebody comes from a trans, I go, does he have a penis or not? They go, yeah, he got a penis. Okay, you mean the man? Period. I'm not sitting up there playing them word games. I mean, one time I was on a talk show when they was talking about, what was it? They was trying to say they, them, him, who. I said, I don't get into all of them names. Women have vaginas and men have penises. So I'm going to just say what I am. I have a vagina. I'm a woman. Seriously, I don't got time to sit up there and try to play your word salad game with you. I don't know nothing about a word salad game. I just know male and female, period. That's all I know. All of this, them, he, hit, A-I-O-U, I don't know nothing about that. But you can't change us. You cannot change yourself if you have that Y chromosome, man. You can't change nothing. It's still there. That's your makeup. That's what you were born with. So we trying to change what? We're trying to dress it up, dress a pig up. That's still going to be a pig when you get done dressing them up. Seriously. And this is where this confusion is coming. You really convincing these men that they're women now because you put lipstick on them and nails. You got a whole lot of these in the armed services. Look at our armed services and look at Russia's armed services and China's armed services. What you going to see more? You're going to see more men looking like women with nails and hair, fake nails, fake lip, fake eyelashes in our armed services with wigs on. Come on, you guys. How you going to fight a war like that? How we going to do it? Don't ask, don't tell. That's not true. And that's not true because if you get with a real man and you don't say nothing, you may end up dead. I'll rest my case. Go ahead.
All right.
Know that.
Licia says her sibling was a big part of Orlando's LGBTQ plus community.
To fight like he fought for his life and to be happy and to live out loud like that is everything. It is. That is everything.
Now they're going to fight for answers and are hoping the community can help.
He did not deserve this. He did not. So again, if anybody knows anything or seen anything or hears anything, you can be anonymous. Or if you come to us, you're still going to be anonymous. We just want to know. We want justice.
What happened to him in the first place? How about that? What happened in that family for him to become what happened? That's people not even talking about that. Because some people in some of these families need to be facing criminal charges. Because some of that starts at babies. Some of that starts when they're young. Some of that starts when they're way young. They either have these babysitters or these sitters, husbands, or these uncles, or these granddaddies. Things happen in people's families. And let's be honest. When you're looking at a lot of these things right here, some family members done got busy or done did something. You just don't wake up and be you just don't wake up and want to wear a wig. That's just not happening. A lot of times these babies have been touched by family members, if we're really honest. So some of them family members need to be arrested for ruining that child's life. So now he's so confused because that was her first sexual encounter was with a man. So you have that homosexual spirit dormant until they get older and it grows up with them. Then they said, well, I was 9. I wanted to play with dresses. Well, let's talk about what happened what happened before you got to be 9 and wanted to play with them dresses. Who touched? Who did what? That's what we're not discussing. That's what we should be discussing. Because a lot of times these babies are being touched by uncles, granddaddies, neighbors, sitter husbands, sitters' sons. Okay? So we have to start talking about these issues. Stop leaving your children with just anybody. We've talked about this before. Daddies, come get your babies. Keep your babies. Why, when you have a father, do you have to leave your child with somebody else? Where's the daddy at? Have enough sense, daddies, to go get your sons. If you know that she got a boyfriend, if you don't want your son left with her boyfriend, go get your son and make an arrangements for you and her. Okay, you got him when you off. I got him when I'm off. And the weekends we're gonna split. But if you have an emergency, call me. Call my mom. Have some family that can do this, that you can trust. Because you can't trust all family members. And everybody know the little pervert in their family. If they got one in their family, they know the little pervert. Why are you leaving your children with that pervert? Why on earth would you know that this man is gay and you'll leave your son with this man? Oh, Frederick's is a family friend. Go on over Fred's house. No, we're not going to Fred's house. Because what happened to Fred? Why Fred like that? And now I'm going to let you keep mine so you can make mine like you? Hell to the no. We're not doing that. We have to be honest. This conversation has to be honest. Because we got a whole lot of folk touching each other. Okay? Touching. We're talking about kids spending the night at other folk houses touching because they get touched at their house. Then you come over and put them in the bed with your son, the bed with your daughter, and they touch it. Hell no. My kids didn't have a whole lot of folk coming over. And when they did, they had separate beds. Separate beds. We're not doing that. You get over here on your bed, and I got a little pull out over here. Seriously. And the door stayed open. But I didn't have to worry about a whole lot of that because we weren't doing a whole lot of that sleeping over. So they going home. Go your ass home. Serious. But I rest my mic.
Yeah, facts, and I guess for the last one, I want to show you this one, I guess, to what you were saying. It said, my trans mom didn't brainwash me into being gay.
Ain't that something? So what the mama is, or whatever, I don't know what the hell it is. I don't even know. Sometimes I don't even know. Trans woman, trans man, what the hell? So what did you teach your child? Kids do as they see parents do, right? So if you're seeing some dysfunction, you go, oh, it's okay. Look at my mama. So now I'm gonna be okay. No. And I remember a time they wouldn't even allow single gay men or single people, period, to adopt babies. They started allowing homosexuals to adopt babies before they would a single person. I never understood that. I do now. Because if I could change a baby's mind, if I can get them as babies, I can change a whole kingdom. I can change a whole civilization if I start them as babies. That's why they teaching them what they teaching them in schools. Because if I get them young enough, I can train them little man, and we'll have boys around here switching and girls acting like the men, walking like a man, switching like a girl, because they got them as babies. And now I ain't got to call them nothing. We're going to be whatever we want to be. The hell? Where we learn that at? What we doing? What we doing in America? Create dysfunction and confusion in babies. That's not right. But I rest my mic. Go ahead.
My life had people tell me, give that child back, like we're doing a disservice to her. They like to say, I have forced my kid to be gay. If it was up to me, Mariana would be a Kardashian.
How would you describe your life growing up with your mom as your mom?
How did I learn about my mother being trans?
Her
Me
dad
and
being
my
her mom.
cousin had a disagreement and an argument. So he wanted to be petty and blurt it out. And I had to sit there and think like, okay, well, I know my mom ain't no man, but my mom not like most women. So I came to the car and me and her sat down and I asked her and she told me.
How old were you?
I was like 12, 11.
11, 12. My heart dropped to my feet because I had envisioned in my head that I would wait to a certain time in Mariana's life that she would be a little more mature, but actually she took it very well, better than I could have ever expected. And it kind of was like water off a duck's back, you know, breath of fresh air. We can just open up and be 100% transparent.
Is that so? She found out the day you found out your dad is your mom, or your mom was your dad.
That's sad. That's sad. Look at her. She don't even know how to be a young lady. Look at her. What is she? Is the daughter going to be gay now? This is crazy. This is so dysfunctional. And you see more Black folk doing this. What happened to us standing on our merits, on our morals? What we so busy trying to be like these crackers. It's disgusting to me. I remember a time if you was gay, you didn't tell nobody. You get your behind toe up. Especially you wouldn't been in the men's locker room and they find out you was gay. You didn't tell nobody, honey. You kept that stuff to yourself and acted as manly as you could. But then, when Obama became president, that's where it started. We put the little gay thing over the White House. That's when America went downhill. We've been going downhill ever since. That's how judgment comes on this country. And this judgment on this country right now. And people don't even understand. We are walking in judgment right now. And people don't even get it. That's why with the next 3 months, we're going to see things that we've never seen before. We're getting ready to get into a whole lot of mess. Let Harris get up in there and her and Obama, real good friend. We already see what she stands for, transgender, all the way. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. It's gonna be almost like a crime to be a real man. It's gonna be embarrassing to be a real man because you're gonna have so many of these things coming out. How much you compete with a woman? How the hell you compete with a real woman? You can't compete nowhere. Ain't nothing fake on us. Period. So how you gonna compete with a real woman? That's dysfunction. And how what's a gentleman won a whole Woman of the Year thing? That shows you how dysfunctional a country is. If you can sit up there and let a man beat out a woman because of your agenda, because that's an agenda. And then you start teaching our boys, our children. See, what's that lady name? Deleon, whatever her name was, the little satanic woman who went into the nursery and blew dust over the babies. That's how you understand that we are being judged right now. She had a whole commercial blowing dust over babies. You don't mess with people's children like that. Then she got this disease now. It's a horrible disease. You know who I'm talking about? Celine Dion. That's her name. I couldn't even think of a word. Remember a commercial she had where she was blowing dust on these babies, doing a satanic ritual over these babies? You don't touch babies. He said, whoa, to a man that hurts my babies. You can't touch babies. You can't do that. A lot of these kids, a lot of these teachers are doing just that. And now you're looking at a country that's so backwards and so dysfunctional. You ain't seen none yet. Wait till the bestiality when they start marrying dogs, because that's coming. Oh, them crackers, you hear it's more and more bestiality now. Men having sex with puppies or poodles, and then girls having sex with German shepherds or dogs, horses, all this stuff. Oh, it's coming. Y'all ain't seen none yet. Keep on. Y'all ain't seen none yet. We're in judgment right now. I rest.
Right. And Honey said, he said, I missed that it was the memo. This was a trans episode. Now it's the psychological issues, you know what I'm saying, and where it stemmed from, and a lot of generational trauma that comes down with it. You know what I'm saying? We could go through the whole history of it and how a lot of men and boys was raped and stuff like that by white dudes, and how a lot of that culture gets passed down. and people should read the book, The Delectable Negro, really, because I think the
Yes.
author is like he got
That's
a lot
all
of
it
good
was.
information. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's all they was doing in that book. I couldn't even read that thing. That book was terrible.
Yeah, and because I think the author is kind of like gay, so he got like the end of the book kind of get like too weird to like finish it, but it talk about like the whole history of like how that whole thing, like, you know what I'm saying, where men would get raped and all of that type of stuff, and then they would actually do it to other black men too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was punishing, and that's what happened a lot of times in slavery. They was having sex with them men, the biggest, blackest men they could find. They was having sex. It was all about sex. Period. Those men were disgusting. White folk always been nasty, always. And can you imagine you being a slave? And we're not trying to gross anybody out, you guys. I promise you, we're not. We just needed to. We need to put this on our. This attention needs to be on black folk. We have to talk about stuff like this. We cannot be ashamed to talk about it because we're warning you to please watch your children. Get your children away from these people. Get them out of these schools. I'm serious. Let's be real. When they come to you with that trans stuff, you check that behavior. I won't receive it. I dare you, a man, to come up to me with a whole coming up with some poopies, and you still got a penis, and you trying to tell me that you're gonna compete with me. There is no competition, sweetheart. Everything you got is fake on you. There's no competition. You can make it up. You can put a wig on. I can do the same thing. But I'm real with mine. I was born with mine. But we have to begin to have this conversation in our community. We don't talk about this enough. And I know this is embarrassing for some men. I get it. But we're not trying to embarrass you. We are trying to put light on this stuff right here because it's hitting our community hard. It is hitting our community. We got to do something, you guys. They're not playing with our children. They're not playing with them. They go in Africa and they having sex with them boys over there in Africa, them babies. I'm telling you, I didn't seen it. You got white men got these babies over there, then paid $20 to have them for a whole night. Them people don't know what they're doing with them babies. We know, but they don't. Then you got these African boys. I seen it. Old white men sitting up there feeding these young boys meals for sex. I seen it. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But we have to bring attention to this. We have to talk about this. Because they coming after our babies. Oh, they coming. Every time you look around, they coming. They coming after our real men. They already told us. They coming after the real men. It's going to be abnormal for a real man to say he's real and he's not homosexual or bisexual. It's coming. I'm just saying. I know this is a hard conversation for some because this is not what we used to talk about. Black folk ain't used to having these kind of conversations. We ignore stuff like this. We just see it happening and we ignore it. We're not ignoring stuff no more. We bring it to light because we need to talk about this. We need to talk about what these devils doing. We need to talk about what these disgusting, dysfunctional demons are doing with our children, to our children. You don't even go up to the school. They got your son in a dress. Then they change his clothes. You don't even know he been in a dress all day. I'm just saying, you guys, these are important conversations. I'll rest my mic.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. You know, I know it's coming up on that time, but yeah, this was definitely a good conversation. You know, and I appreciate you for coming on here, Cassidra, and you know, saying everything you wanted to say. But you want to you know, like say something to like kind of wrap everything up, like that we've been saying today.
Man, I think I've said enough. I just want us to just pay attention. Let's pay attention. Let's do something. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pike, you guys. We just saw in UK, and I'm going off the subject a little bit. They was over there in UK acting a fool with them immigrants, them black folk. They coming on live talking about they scared. What y'all gonna do when that comes to America? Because it's coming. You think it's not? Oh, it's coming. Are you ready? Are we ready? If you don't have your weapon, Your candy bars, I should say. Peanuts and candy bars. You don't have one, go get one. And don't be talking about you in one room and your candy bar in another room. Keep it in the room with you. Keep it in the room with you. These are topics, you guys, and we're going to keep on talking about these. We're going to keep on hitting on some hard topics because that's what we have to do in our community. We have to talk about this in our community. We cannot not talk about this. These are topics that's important. These are topics that are life-changing. I'd rather for you to be careful. I'd rather for you to watch your children. I'd rather for you to come up with some members, team members, family members that you can trust. I'm not talking about Gay Joe who's watching your son because I got him, girl. I'm going to take care. No, you didn't take care of nothing. I wouldn't let a man watch my children. I wouldn't let a gay man watch my boys or my kids, period. And some of these babysitters, watch who you're letting watch your children. Because some of this stuff is happening because these babies are being touched when they're 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And once you do that, it's a spiritual aspect. It's a spiritual transformation. So that gay guy just slept with your son. Your son was normal. Now, guess what? That spirit is going to lie dormant. So you're going to start seeing him at 10, 9 and 10. That spirit don't come alive. Then he's going to, oh, Daddy, I like boys. Well, where did that happen? He ain't going to tell you when he was raped, when he was 5, 4, 3 at Uncle Tom's house. These are conversations that we need to have. Watch who you let watch your children. Everybody in your family is not safe. If they try to touch you, I remember one time I was renting a house, right? And this young girl who was letting her dad watch her daughter, right? Come to find out, the grandfather was having sex with the girl, well, doing a lot of touching, I want to say, with the little girl. She was 5. And I happened to talk to her, and she said he did her the same way. My question was to her, why would you let him watch your daughter? So you set your daughter up. We had that conversation last week, right? We had that conversation about you setting your children up. He did it to her. So it was almost like she offered her child to him. That's crazy. Make it make sense. Her husband was so mad because her husband didn't know that she had been through that. He was so mad at her. The husband was about to do something to the dad. Had a gun and everything. But he asked her, why would you allow your dad to keep our daughter when he had did you like this? He didn't know. She couldn't even answer it. This is what I'm saying. We have to be careful. If you know that Ted nasty, Ted touched every child in the house, why would you let him keep yours? Or why would you let your son go to a house that Ted is even at? Even if Big Mama there, Big Mama know her son nasty. She knows. But why would you let Big Mama keep your child knowing that Ted is in the house? I wouldn't even let my children go to Big Mama's house knowing that Ted didn't touch every child that came in that house. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys are hearing me. And I hope people that's coming here later understand that this is about our babies, our safety of our babies. We got to go beyond what we're seeing in the flesh at 25 and 30 or even 20, in its 20s. Where did it come from? Where did it start? It started from being 5, 6, and 7 being touched by family members, sitters. Let's be honest. You know, if your child doesn't want to go to somebody's house and they crying when you leave them and you leave them anyway, and you thinking, oh, he just missing his mom. Hell to the no, that's not it. A child don't want to go over somebody's house if they're feeling danger in that house. If that child is okay and he running in there and ready to play, kids don't cry when you leave when they're feeling safe. Understand what I said. They want to stay. Kids cry in their sleep. They have nightmares. They're peeing in the bed. They're cutting themselves for a reason. These are some of the signs when your child has been abused. These are some of the signs your child is experiencing when they're being abused. Wetting the bed, crying when you're leaving, crying at night, and cutting themselves. Those are some of the signs. And when your child come up to you and tell you, so-and-so touched me, don't you shush that child. You need to hear what that child is saying. Or if your 12-year-old, 13-year-old say, I don't want to go over Uncle Sam's house no more, mommy. Well, why, baby? What's going on? Sit her down and make it. But you should be having that safe conversation anyway with your child. Then your child should be able to come to you even when she felt threatened at Sam's house. The first time when Sam was looking at her and she didn't want to say nothing. Why didn't she feel safe enough to come to you to talk to you about Sam when he was first looking at her or he first said something out of order? Why is that boyfriend still, why is your daughter not coming to you talking to you about that boyfriend that he been looking at her funny and she been feeling funny around here? Why is she not able to come and talk to you about that before stuff happens? We have to talk about this stuff, family. These are conversations that we need to have. Molestations are real in our community. And we know where they got them from. Slavery, past that DNA is in us. Because that's what they was doing to our men back in the day. That's what they was doing to our men when they brought them over here. A lot of them young boys, they was raping them. Why do you think they going to Africa still doing the same thing? Buying that stuff for $10, $15. You stay for a whole night. They're still nasty. These people are disgusting. So you have to keep your children, safe. That's what our job is. You was put on this earth to keep that baby safe. You don't just drop them off in anybody, and hope they're going to be safe. No. You talk to your child. You sit on the floor with them. How was your day at grandma's house? How was your day at grandpa's house? How was your day at Uncle Eddie's house? What'd y'all do? Get on the floor, sit down with them and talk, and put a doll in front of them, and they'll tell you everything that happened in Uncle Sonny's house that night. They'll show you everything that happened with the baby doll. Every time they go to daycare, bring them home and give them a doll. They'll tell you everything that happened at daycare when you're sitting on the floor and they got that baby doll. Don't even say nothing. Just say, how was your day at daycare? Or how was your day at grandma's? Or how was your day at Uncle So-and-so's? Give them a doll. They'll show you. Don't play with me. But I rest my mic. I hope we said something here tonight to help somebody. Because somebody knows something. And we know what's going on in our families. But it behooves me. When we know Big Mama got one nasty somebody over there, and we'll take our child over there and think, well, Big Mama's there. So, but Big Mama go to sleep. Big Mama take naps. And that's when Freddie getting busy because he know his mama. And he in the basement knowing what's going on. Big Mama know. Big Mama been knowing for years. But gonna ignore it because it's her son. Shame on you, Big Mama, for letting him touch every child in the house. I rest my mic.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Cassidra, I was listening the other day when he was talking to that sister from the UK. That's something we could have talked about too, added in there too. I forgot about that.
Oh, man, yes. You had a lot. I don't care what, I'm just saying, a lot of Black folk over there was fearful. Because one guy came on there telling me he's scared. This is a man, a whole man, telling me you scared. Why y'all not? They come in your whole neighborhood. You gonna let 2 or 3, 4 or 5, and it's 25 of y'all terrorize your neighborhood? Are you kidding me? This is your whole community. Your whole community. And they come in your community and terrorize you, and it's 5 of them, and it's 130 of y'all, 40 of y'all. Shame on you. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got to be ready. We got to be ready. Because this is what they didn't do. They didn't spread us out so thin and so wide, and we just not around. They did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. They always divide and conquer us. They do that on purpose. Close down our neighborhood, so now we can't fight them. So it could be, we got a whole bunch of white folk around us, right? And there might be 1 or 2 of y'all in that whole neighborhood. That's crazy. But they did that on purpose, and we don't mind because we get to live with the white folk. We get to live with the white folk. We got to be ready, y'all. We need to be planning that. What you going to do if that happens over here? What you going to do? Get your plans. Get your people. Get your boys together. Hey, if this happened, we're going to all come together and we're going to handle our business. We got to put sheets on our faces and we're going to handle our business. So they ain't going to know where the lick coming from. Put sheets on your face just like the KKK did back in the day. We're not condoning violence. We're condoning justice. If they come and terrorizing you, put sheets on and handle your business. Plain and simple. I'll rest.
Yeah, all facts, all facts. If I would have thought about it, I would have split it up because that was an interesting conversation that y'all was having.
Wasn't it? We should have really talked about that though. We actually could talk on a little bit about it if you want to.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, even with what she was saying was that, and I even seen like a video as far as a young man that was talking about how fearful, and these people were coming into their neighborhoods, like throwing rocks in their homes. And I mean, we're talking about damaging property. And these people, you worked hard for your property. You don't let somebody come and damage your property or your family and hurt you and threaten you, and your kids are watching this. What are you passing down to your children? Fear. You passing down to your children, you fed them white folk gonna do something, and they tell me I'm afraid to get arrested. I don't give a damn. Whatever. You're not gonna come up in my neighborhood doing nothing. You're not gonna come up in here. And it's 20 of us, and it's 4 or 5 of them, and you gonna sit up there and make you stay in the house? I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. It should have been a group of black. It should have been so many black folk when they was ready to come over. They should have been waiting on them, ready, because the police officers wasn't even doing anything. They weren't even saying nothing. They were just letting them crackers go and tearing up stuff. And no police officer show up. Okay, so guess what? That means when we come out there and we handle our business, you can stay where you were. Stand down, police. Stand down. Let us handle our business then. If that's how we're gonna do it. We're not going to sit there and let them terrorize us. They were terrorizing them people in the UK. Black folk come on there scared. Y'all stay in the house. Oh, a whole man. I could not believe it. A whole man came out and said how he was afraid. He was afraid. Stay in the house, y'all. Don't go out if you don't have to. What the hell are you talking about? They said they were stopping cars. It should have been a boatload of cars worth of black folk with sticks, and because they don't have guns over there, but you should have had a machete, a stick, a bat, or something. And as soon as they come up to your car, I'm just saying, no, we're not going to stay in our car. We're not. That's when black folk come together and we protect each other in our neighborhoods. We don't let a group of 5 or 6 of them come and terrorizing this 30 of us. Are you kidding? What's going on with that? And that's what they was doing over there, terrorizing the black folk. And then I seen a thing where UK was talking about coming over here, arresting people that was talking about what was going on over there. Oh, because you embarrassed, you want to take away our freedom of speech over here. Tell me they're gonna come over there and what? It's not deporters, but they're gonna come in here and do something to us over here because we was talking about them. We even brought it up. Are you serious? What you gonna come over here and get? What you gonna do? Deport us over there? We don't even live over there. But you gonna want us to be quiet over here. You don't want us to talk about how you allowed your people to be terrorized because some of the black folk was citizens. You allowed your black folk to be terrorized by these white thugs, and you mad because you look like a fool nationwide. So you mad. No, you need to look like a fool. Everybody should have had it up on their Facebook page to show how racist UK is. Because they are racist. So you mad and you want us to be quiet. You want to control what we talking about over here. If you don't get out of here, you can't control nothing over here. You can't even control your people over there. We ain't listening to you. You don't run nothing over here. Stay on over here. Run Britain. Run UK or run whatever. You're going to sit up there and get mad at us because we talking about your country when you sit up there and let them thugs do what they want to do and terrorize them black folks. So you embarrassed. That's what that was. Time they coming over here to what did he say? I don't even know the word they used that they were gonna come over here and what I can't even remember the word they said. I was trying to find the little paper that they was talking about. I'm like, you can't come over here and do that to us. It was so funny though. So you mad and trying to take away our freedom of speech? No, you can control. You can't even control over there. You trying to come over here? That ain't happening. So we just have to be ready for whatever. What you say? I saw 2 people get 2 years, some 3 for defending themselves against white folk. I don't care, because I will defend myself. They was hiding for safety. They hiding, but it's 5 of them come in your neighborhood, and it's 30 of y'all, and you hiding for safety. So what's gonna stop them from coming back? How you getting 2 years for defending yourself? You got to be crazy. I'm not going to sit there and let them hurt me and not let them kill me. I'm minding my business in my neighborhood and here they come. No, they don't have a right to do that. You have a God-given right to defend yourself. If you're caught outside and you sitting up there and you have a God-given right to defend yourself. Because you can't, what if you have to go out to work And them job bosses say, okay, you come to work. Okay, what you gonna do? Not go to work? What you gonna do? Just stay in the house? You're not gonna go to work? What are you gonna do? You still have to feed your family. So my thing is, this is when we come together and we protect each other. That's not what UK did. They didn't protect each other. Excuse me. They didn't protect each other. They hid like cowards. They hid. Oh.
I mean, and I'm gonna be honest, like, cause I haven't even been. It's hard to watch Black for me right now. I'm like, yo, so I haven't. The only thing I really watched was your conversation, and I would say, especially when you like, okay, when you be like, well, if we do this, then they'll do this, and then when you say, okay, well, put some over your face like they did, you know what I'm saying, or put a black mask on or something like that. You know, and then protect yourself, because yeah, you do have a right to not let anything happen to you, your family, your friends, you know what I'm saying, your children, any of that, you know. But yeah, I get because like I said, I was listening to y'all conversation, and I would have had it like pulled up, and then some videos about it pulled up too. But no, it was definitely an interesting conversation though.
Yeah, you know, and I understand. I'm not, you know, we don't want to call, you know, we're calling, but I'm just saying, you cannot sit there and see this and not do nothing. You cannot sit up there and see them throwing rocks in your home. Black folks should have rose up globally in that country. Globally. That's a lot of them. How do you just stand there? You getting in trouble. Where's the justice? What? So we just, we gonna just let them terrorize us? No, I'm not living like that. I'm not living like that. I shouldn't have to. You come on my property, you breaking stuff over here. No, you're not gonna do that. If you gotta snatch one in your house and beat the hell out of them and throw them out, seriously, you ain't gonna sit up there and let somebody just terrorize. You worked hard for your stuff. Your family, it's about safety. What if they throwing a rock in there and hit your baby? You got a newborn or you got a 5-year-old and that rock hit them in the head. What you gonna do then? We're protecting our families. We don't just sit up there and let them thugs handle their business. Shame on the UK. Something. Where's the lawsuits for the UK? Where's the lawsuits? That's what I want to know. That's something. That's got to be something for that whole country to see what's going on, and nobody. And you see this nationally, and nobody files any type of lawsuits. That's when lawsuits supposed to come out. You suing something or somebody, a family, something. Where's the attorneys at? Why is it that we have attorneys in our community that don't do what they're supposed to do? We have attorneys that can do the civil rights lawsuits or whatever kind of lawsuits. You got to do something. You can't just sit there and let these people terrorize you. Nothing's going to change. That's crazy. I mean, maybe, am I looking at it wrong or what? Because that just don't make no sense. I have a whole God-given right to defend myself. Why am I getting 2 years? I think Black folk need to come up out of America and UK. I swear, UK is rough. That place is worse. I don't know which one which one worse, UK or America. I don't know. That's a different type of Black folk down there. I just I'm so tired of Black folk right now. I just don't understand. You know, with this Harris, the Dems, and I don't understand. We going from one plantation to another. Then you got some that not gonna vote for Kamala. Then they're gonna vote for Trump, but he ain't promised you nothing either. But I guarantee you, he will probably give you more reparations than Kamala will, because we already see what she can do. And she keeps saying, "Well, I can do this, that, and the other." I'm like, dude, you already president. You can make an executive order right now and do something, but you won't. Who's actually running the country? We ain't seen Biden. Have you anybody seen him? Who's actually running the country? We was almost in a civil war, and who's running the country? We don't even know, because we ain't seen Biden. And Kamala, she trying to tell you what she gonna do. You had 3.5 years to do it and didn't do anything. And now you're trying to tell us what you gonna do. Well, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? They didn't even allow us to vote for her. They just gave her, here, this is your president. This is who we're gonna put. This is who we choosing. Isn't that against the Constitution? Is that even constitutional? I'm telling you, we're getting ready. We're looking at a whole new type of America right now. We're looking at something totally different. This country is changing within the next 3 months. You're going to see a whole bunch of changes. You're going to see a whole bunch of changes. Because she's going to win. She's going to win. Mark my words. She's going to win. And when she does, you are looking at the new world order. Because everything is going to change with her. She's going to tear that Constitution up. How you think Obama's going to... He's coming back. He's never gone anywhere. Has anybody noticed that Obama has never gone anywhere? He was actually, going to different cities when Biden was running, when we was thinking Biden was going to be president. He was campaigning for him. Did you guys know that? Why is he the only one out of all these presidents who's never left D.C., never left the White House? Does anybody think about that? He's coming back. That's your Antichrist right there. Yes, I said it. That is your Antichrist right there. He's training Kamala Harris right now. She's going to be your new president. It's not about a vote. They're going to choose her. They've already chosen her. You guys don't even understand it. The media doesn't even talk about any of the bad, that's like the immigrants or nothing. They don't even talk about the immigrants no more, do they? Phil Scott is the only one that talks about what's going on with Kamala and the Democrat and black folks. He's the only one that talks about what's going on. Phil Scott. But the news don't talk about the immigrants. They don't talk about what's going on in Chicago right now. They don't talk about New York. They don't talk about Denver, Minnesota. And that man that she chose to run, isn't he like the governor of Minnesota where George Floyd died? But he has a sanctuary city. If I'm not mistaken, he's over Minnesota. His city is sanctuary city. Denver, sanctuary city. That's why the doors are open. They're not vetting anybody. Kamala Harris, her job was the border. Wasn't that her job? She's never gone to the border. She just opened the border. Anybody and everybody, come on in. Won't give you nothing, black folk. Told you, I'm not going to do nothing for you. But you set up there and raised millions of dollars for her. I'm done. Y'all better wake up. Because we're getting ready to be in trouble. She's already getting in there. We're going to be in trouble. If y'all can get out of America, y'all better be saving some money. Only you ready, you better go. Because I'm going to be right behind you. Because you're going to have to go. You got to leave America. You think that happened in what happened in UK is not coming here? You're gonna think twice because you're gonna see it. Because we are going to have a civil war within the next 6 months. It's gonna start. We are going to have a civil war, you guys. I guarantee you it. So if y'all black folk don't have something, you're gonna wish you had. I don't care if you go to Walmart and get a machete. They $5. I'm just saying. Guns. I mean, get you some peanuts and candy bars, y'all. Stop being so crazy. Stop being scared. You have to be able to fight for your family. Because we are going to have a civil war. You don't want to be caught out here. Get your passport. Now's the time to get your passport. Have another place to go. Have an escape route for your family. Have your bug out bag. I'm telling you, we are getting ready to go into some very dark times for black folk. We're not even hiring. They're not even hiring black people to work. I went to AutoZone the other day and I went to, what's the other one? O'Reilly's. I don't see any black folk working in there. Y'all notice when y'all go to these restaurants, we're not seeing black folk. Where are black folk working? I talk to a lot of black people who's unemployed. Where are they working? I see immigrants now in these places. Look, when you go into AutoZone, it used to be black folk, right? It's immigrants now. Walmart's immigrants. I'm like, Walmart used to be black. Immigrants. Y'all open your eyes. In these restaurants, immigrants. I went to this restaurant. Nothing but immigrants. I asked my husband, I said, honey, where's the black folk working? Where's black folk working? You know, black folk I talk to, young folk too, no jobs. How are they eating? And these people have degrees. I'm just saying, y'all better open your eyes, look around. Y'all got some family members. I'm telling you, y'all better be coming up with where you gonna go, what you gonna do. Because you may have to leave America. Where you going? Don't go to Mexico. That's not gonna be good. You need to go to a black country, Africa. Because Africa is the now. Right, Oni? Africa is the now. Find your continent and go. Hey, Grandma used to say, I rest my mic.
Yeah, shouts out to Erica in the building. I appreciate you coming through. And yeah, we'll talk about I guess maybe the UK thing. I guess maybe Friday or something like that.
Yep, we can.
We'll talk about that, and we'll be back next week. Shouts out to Erica in the building. Appreciate you coming through. Shouts out to Bakari, Oni, and Raw in the building. Appreciate all of y'all for coming through. Yeah, Cassidra, you got any last words before we get off here?
I'm done.
All right. So yeah, and I appreciate you for coming on here, and I appreciate you for doing this, and taking the time, every week to come on here. So I appreciate you. And y'all support Rome in the Bush, and y'all support what Cassidra is doing, because she's really out here doing big things, So shouts out to her.
Yeah, Rome in the Bush is doing some things. Got some new people, and we're partnered up with new people. And it was, old people. They wasn't doing what they supposed to do, and the whole contract went for the unemployment office. I was partnering with them, and they wasn't doing anything right. And I was getting so frustrated. Got a whole new group in there now, and it's like, okay, now we can work it. But at first it was like, oh my God, these people, you sending people there and they wouldn't do any. It was terrible. I'm telling you, once they got this old group out, they got a new group in. I'm like, okay, now we can do something. Now we can do some things. But yeah, so I'm super excited. But yeah, thank you, Forecast. It's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. And when you're ready to talk about, Rome in the Bush again, we can talk about that anytime,
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah. So, all right, I appreciate all of y'all for listening. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.